Look at the bottom of 273 where it says Introduction to the Phrase Model. Complete musical statements can rely exclusively on tonic and dominant chords. These are called phrases, and these musical units are always punctuated by strong closing gestures that are called cadences. And there's certain patterning of different types of cadences. Although many examples of phrases built exclusively on tonics and dominants exist, most phrases incorporate the predominant function to create a richer harmonic progression. So, by definition, a phrase model consists of tonic, predominant, dominant, and back to tonic areas. Now, you can have a phrase model that ends on the dominant. So it would just go tonic, predominant, and dominant. That kind of a phrase model is not as complete as when you return to the tonic. So let's say you had a phrase with 4 bars plus 4 bars. You might end on a dominant in the middle of it, and then at the very end with a tonic. So it would be like 2 smaller phrases, but the overall effect would be that the stronger phrase ending on the tonic would have to go at the end. So although a phrase model can occupy any number of measures, the most common is based upon multiples of 4. So a 4-measure phrase model or an 8-measure phrase model. If you look at the next page, 274, example 9.12 shows a 4-bar phrase model. Now this one has a very balanced and symmetric kind of motion through the harmonies. The first bar is tonic, the second bar is predominant, the third bar is dominant, and the fourth bar is tonic. So it's very symmetrical. Let me see if I can remember how to play this. It's been a year. We'll give it the old college try here. 1, 2. Okay, so the first violin just has little decorative jumpies in there, but the basic chords are bum, bum, 1, 4, 5, 7. How cute. All right, so that's a balanced motion. Every portion of the phrase model has the same amount in temporal time of tonicness, predominantness, dominantness, and tonicness. I just made up 4 new words right there. Now, there is a lot of variation in that model of symmetry right there. In fact, the symmetrical model is not the normal one. Look down at 9.13. This is more like what 90% of the phrase models do. This is a 4-bar phrase model, and the first 3 bars are all tonic expansion. And then it piles up with predominant immediately followed by dominant right there at the end. And this is how most of them pan out, actually. So check this out. So bar 1, bar 2, 3, and predominant, dominant. And you're probably like, well, wait a minute. I saw the bass note changing. A to bar 2 to G sharp, F sharp, G sharp, back to A. Yes, that's true. But these inner chords are bounded by the 1 chord in bar 1 and the 1 chord on the downbeat of bar 4. You can analyze them all out. So 1 chord, this is a neighbor tone, that B, and then 1, 6. This is a 5-6 chord with an A neighbor and an inversion of the 5. And then this is like a 6 chord, 6, 7, and a 5, 6. Back to the 1. That's all tonic expansion. And then predominant, dominant. Interesting, isn't it? That just ended with a half cadence in 9.13.